Dr. Mohammad Muiz extends his heartfelt condolences following a tragic plane crash in Dhaka, Bangladesh. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz sets his own deadline to fulfill his presidential pledges within the next 2 years. And President Dr. Mohammad Muiz announces a series of key development projects for Manadu, Nuno Atoll, including the development of a new sewerage system, road development project, and upgrades to healthcare.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Idham Naim. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz extends his heartfelt condolences following a tragic plane crash in Dhaka, Bangladesh, which claimed numerous lives and left many injured. On 22nd July, a Bangladesh Air Force training jet crashed into a school campus in Dhaka, resulting in 19 deaths and injured over 164 others. The armed forces said in a statement on Facebook that F-7 jet experienced a mechanical fault after taking off for a training exercise. In a social media post following the incident, President Muiz expressed his deepest condolences to the chief advisor of the Bangladeshi government, Muhammad Yunus, the government and the people of Bangladesh. He said his thoughts and prayers were with the victims, their families and all those affected by the devastating incident. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz sets his own deadline to fulfill his presidential pledges within the next 2 years without compromising on the country's debt obligations.
During his meeting with residents of Kandikuludu as part of a 13-island tour of Nuno Atoll on the 21st of July, the president reaffirmed his commitment to fulfilling his electoral pledges to the people. As a key electoral pledge, President Dr. Muiz noted the official inauguration of RTL bus service in the island, vowing to expand the public transportation service in the future. He said the project to add more classrooms to Kandikuludu school will be completed within the next 2 months, adding that he has already sanctioned additional staff recruitment to the island's health center along with the expansion of its ambulance service to strengthen health services on the island. The president, highlighting the sports sector, said the government would establish a recreation center, repair the damaged stadium and provide additional sports facilities in the island. In addition, he said the obstacles encountered in the stalled water and sewerage project have been resolved and the project will be completed within 2 months, adding that the environmental impact assessment of the island's road construction project has been completed and will begin soon. During his visit, President Dr. Muiz witnessed the groundbreaking of the visitor center under the Kandikuludu Nature Park Development Project. The Minister of Tourism and Environment, Tariq Ibrahim, officially broke ground on the visitor center named the Mangrove Center with the President, Cabinet Ministers and heads of state-owned companies in attendance. Furthermore, President Dr. Muiz officially inaugurated RTL bus service in the island. The bus service will largely offer convenient public transportation to the students of the 2 schools in Kandikuludu, one of the larger islands in the Maldives. President Dr. Muiz also met with members of the Kandikuludu Island Council, the Women's Development Committee, and heads of key local institutions to discuss the island's most pressing developmental needs. This was his 3rd stop of the president's trip to an atoll.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz announces a series of key development projects for Manadu, Nuno Atoll, including the development of a new sewerage system, road development project and upgrades to healthcare. He announced the projects while addressing the residents of Manadu during a meeting held as part of his ongoing visit to Nuno Atoll.
During the meeting, the president confirmed that the road development and sewerage projects will be commenced within the next month. He said over the last 1.5 years, he worked on facilitating the implementation of projects. He said although there are economical challenges, his administration has now identified ways to implement development projects despite these challenges. He added this includes resuming stalled projects and projects that align with his pledges. Highlighting the long-standing issues with Manadu's existing sewerage system, the president said while the island's residents have suffered these problems for over a decade, the solution to these issues is the construction of a new sewerage system. He noted while this is the only viable solution, this project will carry a substantial amount of expense. The president said the Road Development Corporation will commence the sewerage system project next month, reiterating that such major projects are now ready to be carried out. The president said that although a new sewerage system is being launched, Fenaka Corporation Limited will continue efforts to bring a temporary solution for the existing sewerage system. The president also assured that the island's road construction project would be implemented alongside sewerage project. The president reiterated that healthcare across all islands is a top priority for the government. Addressing ongoing healthcare concerns, the president said that until the construction of the new hospital in Manadu is completed, additional services will be introduced at the island's existing hospital. Highlighting the sports sector, the president reaffirmed his pledges to build a fitness and recreation center, an outdoor gym, and a multi-sports complex in Manadu. While the multi-sports complex is a foreign-funded project, the president said funds have already been allocated for the project. The president also announced the introduction of direct transfer between Manadu and Ungufaru of Ra Atoll via Rajya Transport Link ferry service by November this year. Earlier yesterday, the president met with members of the Manadu Island Council, the Women's Development Committee, and heads of local institutions to discuss the island's key developmental priorities. During the meeting, President Dr. Muiz assured that the government would carefully review the concerns raised and work towards practical solutions. As part of the president's visit to Manadu, passport services were also launched on the island. The service was launched by the Minister of Homeland Security and Technology, Ali Ihsan. Manadu is the fourth destination on President Muiz's 4-day official visit to Nuuna Atoll. The tour, which spans from the 21st to the 24th of July, includes stops at Maafaru, Holudu, Lohi, Kodafari, Kandikuludu, Velidu, Hembadu, Magudu, Malendu, Miladu, Foddu, and Landu.
President Dr. Mohammad Moise announces that starting from the 1st of August, patients seeking medical treatment abroad under the National Social Protection Agency will be able to purchase up to $2,000 at the official bank rate. Those funding their own medical treatment abroad will also eligible to purchase up to $1,000 at bank rate. Patients traveling abroad under the Asanda scheme currently can purchase up to $2,000 at the bank rate, while other travelers, including those going overseas for medical purposes, at their own expenses are limited to $500 issued for each ticket. President Dr. Muiz, in a post on social media platform X, said the government has instructed the authorities to facilitate and spur patients to get up to $2,000 from banks from the 1st of next month, similar to the existing policy for Asanda patients. The president also revealed that he also asked the authorities to arrange $1,000 through banks effective 1st of August for those who travel abroad for medical treatment at their own expense. The Judicial Service Commission opens application for the post of Chief Justice following the honorable retirement of Chief Justice Ahmad Muhtasim Adnan on 21st July. JSC stated that applications will remain open until 29th July. Eligibility criteria for the position include the possession of a first degree in Sharia and law with at least 7 years of experience as a judge or practicing lawyer. Following the application process, the JSC will recommend candidates to the President and he will nominate names to the Parliament for approval. The Chief Justice is appointed upon parliamentary endorsement. Ahmad Muhtasim Adnan, who was appointed as Chief Justice in 2019, is the first Chief Justice to retire with honor. He has previously served as a Supreme Court Justice. Following Muhtasim's retirement, the administration of the Supreme Court has been temporarily handed over to Justice Abdullah Hamid. The Bank of Maldives announces that the SME Development Finance Corporation will operate as a Sharia-compliant Islamic financial institution following its acquisition by the bank.
The cabinet on the 20th of July approved the sale of the government stake in STFC to BML after an extensive review by the Ministry of Finance and Planning assessing a proposal submitted by BML. According to the government, the transfer of ownership to BML is intended to ensure uninterrupted loan services to SMEs. It said the sale of the government stake at FTC to BML will ensure this through BML's financial capacity. Following the decision, BML said the government's decision will increase the financial participation of the people and increase the prosperity of the Maldivian economy. After the acquisition of STFC by BML, STFC will function as an Islamic financing institution conducting financial transactions in accordance with Sharia principles within BML's digital-first banking framework. The bank said under the new agreement, STFC will offer Islamic financing services to Maldives' micro, small and medium enterprises with the latest technology. Key target sectors under the new STFC model include startups and newly started businesses, women-led businesses, fisheries sector, agricultural and farming businesses, trade and e-commerce businesses. BML's Chief Executive Officer Mohammed Sharif said the acquisition will enable the bank to provide affordable and accessible financing solutions to businesses in these sectors through STFC. Sharif said these will include a variety of products designed to accelerate business growth powered by the strength of the Maldives' largest bank. BML said the acquisition of STFC is aimed at facilitating the digital transformation of MSME banking in the Maldives by leveraging BML's robust financial position, extensive national network, and growing digital banking expertise. In addition to providing financial assistance and financial awareness to MSME sector, STFC will provide specialized financial solutions such as digital lending platform and digital marketplace. The bank said further details on governance, operations, and service rollout of the new STFC system will be disclosed in the coming weeks.
Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba says he needed to continue in office to deal with trade tariff negotiations with the United States and other economic issues following a bruising defeat in upper house elections.
The embattled Prime Minister told a news conference he would remain in office to achieve an agreement that is beneficial to both Japan and the US and other pressing matters such as rising consumer prices that are straining the world's fourth largest economy. The 68-year-old leader said he had no plans to expand his coalition but would work with opposition parties to address voter concerns about inflation. He cautioned, though, that tax changes would not deliver the immediate help household needs. Ishiba's Liberal Democratic Party, which has ruled Japan for most of its post-war history, and coalition partner Komeito returned 47 seats short of the 50 seats it needed to ensure a majority in the 248-seat upper chamber in the election, where half the seats were up for grabs.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says that Kiev has sent Moscow an offer to hold another round of peace talks next week, and that he wanted to speed up negotiations for a ceasefire.
Ukraine and Russia have held 2 rounds of talks in Istanbul over the past 5 months. They have agreed to swap prisoners but made no breakthroughs in ending almost 3.5 years of conflict that started with Russia's 2022 invasion. Zelensky said in his address to the nation, quote, "Everything should be done to achieve a ceasefire and the Russian side should stop hiding from decisions." The president said Rustem Umerov, who headed the Ukrainian delegation at both talks in Istanbul, had sent the Russian side the offer to hold the meeting next week but gave no more details. Umerov, a former defense minister, was appointed last week as the head of the National Security and Defense Council and tasked with adding more momentum to the negotiations. Russia has been pressing a grinding offensive along the eastern front in Ukraine's Donetsk region. It has repeatedly said it is ready for a new round of talks but has not backed down from what Kiev and its allies described as its maximalist war aims.
Canada's Denis Shapovalov won the Los Cabos Open and secured his 4th ATP Tour title with a 6-4, 6-2 win over American Alexander Kovacevic.
In his ninth tour-level final, Shapovalov showcased dominance, winning 81% of his first serve points, saving the lone break point he faced and delivering 15 winners in a 75-minute match. The 26-year-old's return to form follows a challenging period, having shut down his 2023 season after Wimbledon due to a knee injury.
I started on fire, and then, after 2-0, I kind of realized, where I am, what the moment is, and I settled back into earth a little bit. But I was happy I was able to kind of keep my serve going there. I struggled returning his serve after that, but I was happy to win that set, and then kind of continue that momentum in the second. Obviously, I had a bad miss early, one of the break points in the second set, but was still able to break that game. So it was a good feeling to get that one, and then fought off some good games. So just very happy with today.
Last year, he dropped as low as number 140 in the ATP rankings, but has climbed steadily over the past 10 months. Shapovalov's victory now moves him up 5 spots to number 28 in the ATP rankings. Shapovalov will be one of the featured Canadians at the 2025 National Bank Open in Toronto, which gets underway on Saturday, July 26th.
Prince George of Wales is celebrating his 12th birthday today, 22nd July. The eldest of the 3 Wales children was born on this day in 2013 at St. Mary's Hospital in Paddington and was famously introduced to the world while being cradled in his mother's arms hours later.
The initiative, titled A Night at the Coliseum, features a 60-minute guided tour along the monument's first tier, the arena floor and underground chambers that once housed gladiators and animals. The tour focuses on the history of the Coliseum as a venue for public spectacles during the Roman Empire, including animal hunt and gladiator combat.
That concludes news for now. Thank you for watching PSM News. Have a good day.